Hello to you, and to you, and to you.
Not you, though. Looking at you, Tom Casera.
How you guys doing? Welcome to the Friday live stream of WildStar. I'm sitting here with downtown Morgan Brown, and like you guys can't see it, but there's this epic monitor in the back, and so I'm like, he's looking right at me. He's like looking.
I'm looking at you.
See each other.
I watch all. I see
man,
all.
I'm creeped out now. How are you? So we're here today with a very special live stream. As you know, we are doing our Dev Play event. We're right in the middle of Dungeon Chase, something that is near and dear to Morgan and his team's heart, in addition to Brett, who will be on later for the North American run. I will be on for both, so you hit me twice today. Yay, you! I'm so sorry. For those of you who are new to the stream, I'm Dee Dee. I am the community manager for WildStar. Right. Morgan is the senior game designer for WildStar. And both of us work really, really hard to make sure that you guys get something awesome in-game all the time, like Dungeon Chase.
And now.
And like,
well, and now.
And this second.
Every second.
And right now.
Every moment.
So, if you want to go ahead and play with the devs, there are multiple devs lined up on each server. Right now we're currently on Jabbit, so they're on each realm, each faction, and making sure that you guys can go ahead and play with them when they're going to be running dungeons. Some of them might be running some veteran dungeons, I'm not 100% certain.
Generally we'll be running normal, just because we want everybody to jump into the pool together and not be intimidated.
Yes.
Yes, both factions have devs right now. For the most part, they should be in the capital cities. And just keep your eye out on the chat when they are ready to form up groups. They'll say, like, join on me to play Storm Talon on Veteran or Normal. And if that's something that appeals to you, join on them. And if not, wait for the next one. Or maybe if you're done waiting around, just start forming up your own groups, because there's a bunch of people standing around that are just wanting to run dungeons, not necessarily with us. In fact, they're probably trying to dodge us because we are such a liability. So
not this time,
just
sir.
Jump into it. And you know, part of Dungeon Chase, besides that, we're offering, you know, like the vendors in the game have loot that's exclusive. Not loot, I guess they're selling merchandise that's themed to the event. And you know, our MTX store also has awesome things that are related to the event. But it's also just about getting more people to try out the content. A lot of people see dungeons and they get intimidated right away, because dungeon content across the genre, it is meant to be a more challenging experience, but that isn't to say like you're bad at it or it's too challenging. It's just it's something that just requires players to knuckle down. But the more you do it, the more the loot that you get gets better. It improves your stats, but also you learn the patterns. You learn how best to proceed through the dungeon, and also a lot of times people make friends because they all suffer together, and nothing brings people together
like dying,
like suffering. So really, just like if you tried it before and maybe you were like, oh, it's a little challenging, it's a fair point, but just try it again today. And for those of you who are more experienced, take this opportunity to teach, you know, be more inclusive. If people are struggling with it, you know, pass on what you've learned, because you've learned a lot, and some of it's, you know, you can Google some of it, but really just a little one-on-one time, you could potentially turn a noob into somebody who's just really fired up about dungeons, and it just improves your dungeon community.
For those of you, you don't actually have to go out of game to Google how to run a dungeon. You can also start with the basics. And we have the Proto Games Academy set up for people who are just starting dungeons or are intimidated by dungeons, and they need to know how the mechanics work in WildStar. For instance, we have something that's kind of unique. We have telegraphs. So basically, I mean, it's kind of, you know, a funny thing here is just like we always say, just stay out of the red. But you know, the red comes in multiple different shapes and sizes. And what Proto Games Academy does is it teaches the newer players, newer to dungeons, basically the mechanics and the design, and how it preps them for moving forward into those things. So right now you can see we are on Jabbit, and Jabbit is hopping mad, mad as in crazy, and they are getting ready to go ahead and join our devs in some awesome dungeons to get some business aside. So we have Dungeon Chase going on. If you don't follow us on the live stream, please do. I believe we're going to try to do a couple of giveaways. Maggie, is that right? Yeah, we're going to do a couple of giveaways. So make sure that you're following the stream, and then we will put a really cool, awesome word. We'll ask you to go ahead and type that into the stream, all whatever case, and then all one word, so that way we can make sure.
Do you guys know what the word is yet?
I know. I want you to pick out the word.
Oh. When do you need it by?
Now.
All right. Give me a minute.
Okay. Okay, a minute is not now.
People can message me. Message me now if you're in the game. Give me some word ideas. Let's do this.
Curtain tunes. Wait, what was that? No, that's not what it is. But look, there's me.
Sorry.
Now Maggie's having fun with stuff. So what we're going to do is just to continue on. So that's the way our giveaways happen on the stream. We just ask you to go ahead and type that word. We'll give you some small directives on how to do that and what to do, in which case you do the thing, and then you do it the once. You don't do it again. I will call it out again throughout the show. In this case, our show is going to be approximately 2 hours long, so that we can have more dungeon time with many players. So over that 2 hours, again, we'll call it out, but I'll explain it as we go.
Yes.
We're giving away that mount.
Oh, we're going to be giving away the mount.
Oh, we're giving away a mount.
The cat mount.
The
cool, sword cat?
Yeah.
We're giving away the sword cat.
Do you have one on your?
I do not. I am not that fortunate.
I don't have mine. No.
But I bet I could find somebody who does.
Yes. If we could find somebody who does, great. You'll see the cool cat mount. We actually, don't we have it in? Let's see. Let me see if I can get it up on my screen. No, I don't want that.
Ooh. Some interesting word choices coming in.
Hello.
Need more though, because I need to be able to use it publicly without getting fired. Thanks.
Wait, what?
Nothing. No, they're funny. They're funny. They're funny word choices. I'm just maybe not for the giveaway.
Well, we don't want any word choices in chat that will get people actually banned from the game. So.
Oh, I guess that's a more objective point. Sure.
Yeah.
Don't get yourself banned.
So try not to get yourself banned from the game, because if you put it in chat, well.
I am for sure laughing.
Okay, follow us, just some basics. Again, we're back to business. Go ahead and follow us on Facebook, also on Twitter, where you can get all of our latest news and information. We recently had a State of the Game that Chad did. We announced Arctera. You may have missed our Arctera live stream last week, in which case, if you haven't seen it, please go to our YouTube channel, WildStar YouTube channel, and you can see it there. And last week it was Morgan and Gary.
Yeah, and Chad was
around. And Chad also made a guest appearance momentarily before Gary swapped out with Chad. So that's that. And then if you don't have enough of us today.
What? Don't have enough of us what?
Today?
Yes.
You can, in this morning, like right now,
right.
If 2 hours with us is not enough.
Oh.
You can have another 2 hours with us at 5 p.m. PST.
PST, yep.
To 7 p.m. PST.
Sorry, I got really confused. I wasn't sure
well,
why
you're looking at me. You're confused.
I got a word.
You're creeping me out. You got the word?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We have a word.
It's fine.
So you know the stuff. Go ahead and give them the directives and what they're supposed to do and the rules and stuff.
Okay, so if you put the word in, just do it once. Because if you do it more than once, you will disqualify yourself. Yes, sorry. I got confused about the cameras. Just put it in once, otherwise you'll disqualify yourself. It's a bot thing, it's not personal. And periodically, it just will be chosen by Maggie.
Maggie will randomly choose it.
Maggie will randomly choose it, or the bot will. Either way, you will be chosen, or maybe you won't. But if you're not, stick around and there will be more giveaways, but without having to re-enter. Again, don't enter again, you'll disqualify yourself. And the word that we're going to use is just taurine, T-O-R-I-N-E, all caps. And I guess they're picking that because they're super excited. People are really excited about the taurine dungeon, the taurine sword maidens in the game, the stuff that we're giving away.
And I believe the mount.
The mount, yep. Yeah. The sword cat mount is taurine. The pet is the sword kitty, also taurine. So taurine, T-O-R-I-N-E.
Is all it caps?
All caps.
Cool.
All caps.
Typed once. Do it again and you auto disqualify yourself. You also have to be following the WildStar live stream.
Yep.
Okay, so do you have a dungeon that you're getting into yet? Because if you're getting ready for that, we also have some cool items in the store if you haven't noticed. Valentine's Day.
Yeah, show the items.
So
we're being social here, but I think the
cool.
people want to see the Valentine's stuff.
So I went ahead and already downloaded not downloaded. I have them on my account, so I will go ahead and put them in my inventory. But we have a bunch of plushies, and we have the 4-poster bed of love, and a heart pillow. We also have something super cool that you could hear the awes, like
The Oz?
the awe
Oh.
throughout the studio.
Okay.
The minute that we put
this
little
guy.
snuggles.
Yeah,
Yep, look at that. Isn't it
it's
cute?
pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yep, he's with me right now, so I'm not going to dismiss him, but there he is. It's just a bigger... See, there goes Maggie, awing again. Aww. So that's what I have, and he is currently also in the shop. For those of you new to the game, you can get to the in-game shop here, where you can pick Little Snuggles up right there. The offer Little Snuggles is only available for a limited time, so try to get him, her, when you can. Mm-hmm. And that's that. So we have an account-bound one, and then for those of you who don't want the account, the multi-use, the multi-claim one for your entire account, you have the option of having the single claim for just the character that you're on. Oh, he's doing something cute. Look at that. Chasing bugs. Whoop. Chasing bugs. Got scared. Cool. And I'm going to sneeze in a minute, but in the meantime, I'm going to try to make it over here and try not to sneeze. Woo.
It's a pretty nice house you got there.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the ship. The piglet.
It's a good yard.
Yep.
Just
Yep. I like things. I like open spaces. Very very. I like the prairie. Yeah, I don't like a lot of stuff. Unlike Brett, time travel, you'll see his house, and that's full of epic. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, his is usually
he doesn't even
crazy
have a house.
town.
He's got a garbage pile. He's got a garbage pile. He doesn't like it when I make fun of him, so I try not to. So here's my 4-poster bed of love. I'm going to go ahead and put it right there. And I think that yeah, I'm gonna make it like beyond super huge. Whoa. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, you know, I think that I need to have a bed in my yard.
I was gonna say you should put that outside
Yeah.
and make that your house.
Yeah.
Your house is under the bed,
Okay,
like you're a monster.
Isn't the point of like to show people? Though?
Yeah, no, I mean you're showing it, but you know later on as
as I go,
when you start growing your yard or whatever you're gonna do, I suggest using that as your house.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great idea.
Yeah.
And I will consider it at a later time. So,
okay.
But not right now.
Well, someone else is gonna steal your idea.
You know, no, someone's gonna steal your idea.
Oh.
God, look at what you made me do. You made me mess up. You really need to stop that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna make a mediocre sized bed. This is definitely not like I'm Mortish. I'm not even, my legs are gonna hang off the side. So this is probably orange size. And then I'm gonna put my plushie. Whoop, I forgot to put my bed. Oh well. Let's see. Doop.
Just show the items and then switch to the dungeon stuff.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Cool.
Then we've got our plushie. Let's make that big so you can see it. Oh, the Yeti plushie. There you go.
It's pretty good.
Anyway. And then we have the Be Mine plushie, which is the stem dragon. See how cute that is? I'll live in that. Then I'm not a big fan of this one because I just have this thing about things watching me. And that is the Skeech plushie. Not so awesome. And then last but not least, we have the heart pillow. And we can do that. Which you can use as a bed even.
Yep. Use it as whatever you want.
Yep.
Make a place for your new sword cat that you're going to win during this giveaway.
There you
You
go.
know what I mean?
Totally. So that's it. Are you dungeonized yet, Morgan Brown?
Yeah, well, I'm just hanging out here. Let's get some groups together. Let's do this.
And then for those of you that haven't seen it, there is the strange snorkelings. Woot woot. Speaking of eyes, why do I like this guy? He's pretty.
I got a party.
I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna hang out with some peeps.
Cool. You do that.
And
we're gonna queue up.
Yeah, queue up.
Queue it up. So in case you're wondering how to queue up, just bring up your content finder. That hotkey is N for content. And pretty much any kind of instance content that I can think of at this the second is under this menu. You want to go under
PvE. PvE?
PvE, that's right. And then to the Dungeons tab on the far right. And wow.
And
I will confirm my role as healer. By the way, I am playing a medic healer for the first time. So, really what I'm going to be doing is trying to stay out of the way and keep the rest of the party in my visual frustum, because they're going to be carrying me and doing all sorts of awesome stuff, and I'm just going to be like a bumbling idiot. So, just be warned. If your blood starts boiling because I'm doing all the stupid things, I'm sorry. A match has been found. Oh, uh-oh. They've queued me for something. I hope it's good.
Woo woo! Let's see.
Way to go though. Taking charge. Oh, all right. Getting a little nervous in the service here. Let's talk to this lady. If you were unsure of what the Taurine sword maidens looked like, here's kind of a taste. It'd be pretty rad if we had a costume that was something like that, though.
Oh.
Tell you what.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Wait, what are those
We're
on
on the
your
move.
back? Those look cool.
Oh,
What
since
you were
I'm a
playing
medic,
with
those are my
last week.
resonators.
Yeah, those are really cool. It looked like you had wings. I liked that.
Huh. Oop, I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to be spamming heals and staying out of the red. Although, looks like they probably won't need me. Looks like I'm with a bunch of people from Venus Rising.
Yay!
They are a
Venus
pretty
Rising.
large guild on this realm, as I hear.
Hi, Niliana and crew.
We're just going to blow by all these trash bombs. I'm also going to try not to look at the ground so much, because it really does. I know that when you're playing the game, of course I want to look at the ground and avoid telegraphs and see all the numbers and whatnot, but I want to try to not do the art department such a disservice on the stream. It's like, yeah, showing off the dungeons.
Woo woo.
So let's try to. Oh, I will go to the wall. Blair Witch style. Oh. I typically play a DPS style, so sometimes I'm going to run towards the danger when I really shouldn't. Just out of habit.
So,
how's it going over there?
Pretty good.
Do you have a group yet?
No, not yet.
Oh.
I'm enjoying some stuff.
I wonder how the other devs are faring.
It looks like they're doing good. Angry Beard needs one more for a vet. So if you're interested in a running veteran, go ahead, and he's looking for one more.
And he's an exile, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Ooh.
So if you're exile looking for a veteran dungeon to run, he wants to do that. And sorry. One of the great things about the dev plays is we actually start to get to interact with people in game, and so apologies if it gets a little quiet sometimes. Just I can't type and talk all at the same time. I don't know anyone who can.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yes and no. Sometimes I can do some awesome stream of consciousness stuff and just start kind of singing to myself, but I'm trying to minimize all that in this format.
And I'll be taking questions from chat, so if you guys want,
that'd be great.
Excellent.
I've been already doing this in chat, is do Q, and then your question, and please don't repeat it, because I'm already putting it in the queue.
Awesome.
Oh, see, I'm just going to keep blinking right into the fight. It's awesome.
So here's our first question from Tawa, and I apologize if I say your names wrong. Will there be more incentives for level 50 players to queue for normal dungeons/adventures in the future, such as rewarding glory to buy gear?
In dungeons in general, I am not qualified to comment on that. As far as events go, like in the chase events, we've been collecting feedback and analytic information based on previous and current chases. And as Chad Pappy Moore has said on the forums, this is an iterative, like the nature of the events are iterative. So every time they recur, we're going to be trying to incorporate as much feedback as we can. So as far as the chase events go, we're going to look at stuff like that, where we will incentivize level 50 players more with things like glory, or maybe service tokens, maybe some omnibits, maybe something to do with runes, things like that. That much I can comment on. Otherwise, you might want to talk to Mr. Time Travel when he's around, or just hit him up on Twitter or in the forums. I know he's very active.
So I did a join on me. So for Proto Games Academy. So if anybody is in game in Thade, that's entity side, and you want to go ahead and play, we're going to do that. This is basically for the newer players to kind of experience that first epic run into dungeons. So you're going to learn a lot about telegraphs, about interrupts, definitely about how to stay out of the red, and then to hit at the appropriate time when purple.
And again, if you're concerned about not doing so well, A, don't be, and B, know that the devs are playing and we are all the worst. So, yeah, don't. No matter how bad you think you might be doing, the devs are doing 1,000 times worse.
Don't speak for everyone, Morgan. Some of us can actually hold our own.
I'd like to see that.
PvP. I'll battle you.
I will for sure PvP battle you.
All right, I'm in. We'll do that on another stream, maybe.
1,000%.
All right, our next question here is from Ares asking, ask Pappy, which Pappy is not here right now.
Sure.
What original name for the mount that was eventually called Snarfalinx, and then see if he will share. So I'm guessing he wants to know what the original Snarfalinx mount was called.
Oh. I don't know the answer to that question, but I remember there was a short list circulating for a hot minute. And that was a very interesting short list. That's all I can say. Not super helpful, I get that, but I'd rather not give you the information you're not looking for. Or get fired.
What did you say?
Nothing.
This is just not right. I have to sit next to you.
And then our next question is from Samayo91, and I'm sorry if I say your name wrong again. Will Red Moon be available on the next PTR?
I believe so. Don't hold me to that, but I believe that hits at the same time as Arctera hits the PTR, which I want to say is the 23rd or thereabouts, but I'm not sure. Again, super helpful on my part. I totally know, but it's coming up real soon.
Yeah, it's coming real soon. We don't have a set date right at the moment. Simply because there's some things that we're noticing within the PTR environment that we need to kind of address and fix before we go ahead and release. So it did go out that it was going to be hopefully turned on the 16th. That date is now out of the picture. The reason being is because of these things that we found. So we're pushing that time. There's no ETA on when the date is, but it's within the next few weeks. And we'll keep you updated via news posts, forums posts, Reddit, Twitter, etc. and we'll try to give you as much advance warning as possible, but being PTR, it's going to be on for quite some time so that we can test all of our content. For those of you that didn't know, you're going to be able to see all of the Arcterra content, but most importantly, and this is something that we actually really need a lot of help with, is Red Moon Terror. Red Moon Terror is definitely going to be on the PTR, at least portions of it, the portions that we absolutely need tested. So we're going to ask that you go ahead and when PTR comes along, enjoy. So
there
sorry,
you go. That's a much better answer than mine, for sure. I'm trying, though. I want the info out there, for sure.
I'm all about communication.
I just need it.
Let's see. So I am currently in Proto Games Academy with a fun group, and we're getting our game on.
Get your game on.
Whoop.
Go play. Oh my goodness, I need some water.
And we have
Remember that, like, in the purple is where you want to do those interrupts. And whoop.
And we have some more questions from chat.
Fire
okay,
it up.
go ahead.
So the next question is from Huggy Bears. And Huggy Bears, that's a wonderfully nice name, would like to know, will dies become account-wide instead of character-bound?
I don't know the answer to that question. I think...
There's been talk about it.
Yeah.
We don't have an ETA on that right now, or like a solid answer that I would be confident in giving you right now. I just know that there's a lot of things that we are thinking about being character-bound versus, or we call it multi-claim versus single-claim. So as we move along, we have some priorities. Sorry, in the middle of painful battle right now. We have priorities about what we want to make multi-claim moving forward. Yeah,
I'm just super focused on, sorry, yes. Maybe I should not have been a role that needs to pay so much attention.
Like healing and keeping people alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the thing. Yeah, I went DPS all the way.
Were that my table a
me.
timetable so I could go back in time and warn myself not to roll it?
I actually thought this one through too. Because I'm like, if I want to like kind of definitely not, kill people. Ooh, that hurt. Sorry. Okay, so we're supposed to stay out of the red. No. Of course, I neglect to do all of the things. Oh, and for those of you that don't know, always stay in the green. If you can, because that means somebody's healing you. And when something's purple, interrupt it.
Oh man, my part is getting a little comfortable.
Next question is from Stark Gluck, and they want to know, will there be more than 50 levels in the game at some point?
Great question. Don't have the answer for that. Sorry. Man, I will say this though, these questions, you should definitely direct them towards Chad on his Twitter and see what he's got to say.
Yeah, if directed.
Under the bus.
Yay!
Well, I guess the next question would be, and this isn't a community question that's being asked, but in regards to what you guys were saying, what is the best way to provide feedback? I don't think messaging chat is probably the best.
No.
No, it's not.
The forums is the general place. That's where we definitely hang out. Although if you go to Reddit or places like Twitter, we do keep our eye on those, but the forums is really the best place.
And I know that we're shifting our focus more towards our own forums, just to try to funnel the feedback into fewer places so that we can collect it more easily.
Yeah.
So get there, spamming him on Twitter was kind of a joke, but
spam him on
maybe
Twitter
not
anyway.
Really. Yeah, do it anyway.
Tweet bomb him a big heart. Tweet bomb Pappy a big heart. He loves that sort of stuff.
Oh man, no comment.
Yep. Well.
Who's this guy? Andu.
So I'm with a really epically cool team that knows exactly what they're doing, and they probably don't even need this dungeon or academy training.
Whoop. That was cool. I don't know what I did. I need to zoom out though for sure. This Andu fellow looks really mad. He's probably gonna do something terrible to me. I'm stuck here.
No. Stay away from each other.
Next question is from Ms. Kiki, and Ms. Kiki wants to know, will all races and all classes ever happen, or is it not on the table?
All races. Okay, so the way design works in video games is it takes a lot of design to, first off, create multiple classes or new classes, as well as storylines, etc. So that's just in the design and the art design process itself. But to also design the story and the backstory is also a lot of very time consuming and as well. What we're trying to do though is I died. Basically what we're trying to do is make sure that we spend all of our available resources on the things that need a little bit more love right now, and also based on player feedback, things that you guys really, really want. Mm-hmm. That is one of the things that you want, but as far as priorities go and where it fits in the whole entire lineup of all of the wonderful things that we want to give you, it's kind of relatively low. So I know that's probably not an answer you want to hear, but...
I know that... I know that some new combinations may or may not be getting investigated at this time. Just trying to throw you a bone there. Will all of them happen? I'm not sure. Like Dee Dee said, all of that stuff is true. But I know that certain developers are looking into certain combinations and seeing what that would entail to get those done and get them out, and whether you guys want them or not. So again, I guess that goes back to please give us your feedback on the forums. But I would say remain optimistic about the topic.
Yes.
Sorry, I know it's a lot of sidestepping there, but
yeah.
Please understand.
Well, we can't show you all our cards. That's all. It's nothing personal. We love you. Actually, I would like to show you all the cards. Yay! Somebody put a little octopus on my head. Woot.
Our next question comes from Maximus Grammicus, and if you guys don't watch his stream, you should definitely check it out. He streams quite often as well. And his question is, will the items from the Elder Gem Merchant be getting updated with the new content release?
I can't comment on that, Dee Dee.
No comment. Sorry. Yeah, I wish I could. Put that one on the forums though, and we'll see if we can get somebody to answer.
Yeah, each one of these questions
no
that
comment.
we whiff on
like,
with these no comments, please go to our forum and fire up a thread about it.
Yeah.
I beg you.
We know a lot of things. We don't know all the things, and different people are working on different things that we don't have a lot of visibility on right now.
And there's a bunch of other devs who are far more knowledgeable about what's going on and or whether they can talk about it that are more than willing to help you get somewhere near the answers that you're looking for, at least. If that makes sense.
Yes. What else?
Cryptic words and more cryptic words. Wow. A lot of death just occurred. Not mine though. Suckers. By the way, for those just joining us, we will be doing some giveaways. Make the word that you want to enter in the chat only once and don't repeat it because it will disqualify you. The word in all caps is Taurine. T-O-R-I-N-E, Taurine. If you've already done it, again, don't do it again. You'll DQ yourself. But if you're just now getting in, do it. Do it now.
Do it now. Do it now.
One of the things we're giving away is the Taurine sword cap mount, which is exclusive to this event.
Absolutely.
And you want it, I want it. One of us is going to get it.
And I also want it.
Oh, I don't want it.
She wants it. This
Wait,
one
who
doesn't
wants
want
it?
it.
No, I don't want it.
No, Maggie wants it.
No, I want to give it to someone else.
Oh, well.
I'm gonna spend
Our next question is from Ball of Fur. And Ball of Fur, you'd look perfect on that sword cap mount, don't you think? Would like to know, will there be more weapon skins in Cash Shop? they are kind of lacking right now, in his or her opinion.
I agree, and that is definitely a thing. Weapon skins and other, oh my god, other weapon-related cosmetic treats are definitely being investigated, if not already in the pipe somewhere. That is all I can say. I don't know what the mechanic is here. Oh, I guess it's the screen.
Okay, so you did the giveaway. We told people to go ahead and go to the forums if you have questions. So yeah, if we are not answering your questions, or we can't, just go ahead and put them in the forums. That's kind of like a default thing. No, get out of the red, Dee Dee. Get out of the red.
So this question is very similar to some of the other questions,
sure.
But Apostle234 wants to know, any chance that there might be a new class in the works?
What? Sorry.
A new class?
New class. I can't comment on new classes.
Sorry. No comment.
I'd be curious to hear, though, what new class ideas some of our players have, though. So even if that thread already exists asking about that, I'd be interested in, just kind of cruising through that thread, seeing the new ideas. I'm not a class designer, but I have an interest in that area. Both classes and listening to some of the cool ideas that you guys come up with.
Also, like, if you could see a new race, what would you like to see? Put that in the forums, Especially a playable race,
Especially a playable race.
Snarflinks.
And Osun is not.
Snarflinks as a race.
Snarflinks.
That'd be interesting.
That would. Ooh.
Ooh, Realm broadcast.
Yay! There we go.
All right, I will just get rid of this.
Same here.
I would love to play Ecos, though. I know LOP are super popular, and that is completely fair.
I just can't see LOP actually doing being fighting, like warrior LOPs. I just don't see.
I could see some LOP maybe finding the path to the shinies, a more violent and confrontational in general. The spoils of war and all that.
Maybe verbally argumentative.
They might be kind of the weird ones in LOP culture, but that's fine with me. Same with Ecos, they're not exactly a warring type, but sometimes one comes out like Spigo. He's one of my favorite NPCs in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can demonstrate that sometimes the different creatures of Nexus and beyond are capable of more than what we've been sold so far. Oh my goodness, a Taurian Humera Pride Lord. Agreed.
Our next question comes from Balgus82, and it is, will we ever be able to dye our weapons? There's a lot of cosmetic questions here.
No, that's fine. Cosmetic questions, unfortunately, not qualified to answer. We definitely want to make that as broad and customizable as possible. More dyes available, more things to dye, and also more variations of something. Like if you have something that, like a jacket that you like, maybe the pockets are arranged in a certain way, maybe, I don't know, different features on it. Doing more versions of a similar jacket, but rearranging those features, different cuts, zippers, who knows. Even though that's a small change, just beefing out the possibilities.
That would be really cool, to be able to tailor your own stuff, with little things.
Yep, that is definitely a hot topic internally. None of you are gonna.
What other kind of mounts would you guys like to see? Let's ask some questions.
Yeah.
Answer those.
So there was a question regarding mounts that's further down the queue, because I am queuing up your questions, peeps. And it was from WildStar, and they were asking if we'll ever see any flying mounts anytime soon.
Probably not.
I don't think flying will be happening.
Yeah. Again, that's extensive amounts of game design that go into it, in addition to kind of engine design on what WildStar was built on. So
there's performance
stuff,
implications. There's art implications. It's much wider in scope than just having a thing that allows you to go up and down.
And when it comes to like performance and stuff like that, are we getting our picture taken? That is probably like the number one thing on our list to not ever mess with is the performance of the game.
Well, in a way that's potentially negative.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Improving performance
improving
is always
definitely always a good thing.
Is always a big initiative here for sure. All right, so I'm gonna join up in another group if we have got time.
Do we have time? Well, we
You
should.
got a lot of time.
Oh man, that's what I like to hear.
Got like another hour.
Well, what were you running earlier?
I just ran Sanctuary of the Sword Maiden
Yay.
with some people who really didn't need me at all,
Yeah.
which was great. Whew.
I have a really, really awesome group going on right here. I
Yep.
mean, this group, probably the best in game. Just saying.
You're in exile?
Yep.
Then that is an impossibility.
That is not an impossibility. It is not even.
That might be the best
It's an
exile group,
absolute.
Yeah.
It's an absolute.
So a lot of people are saying Snoglog Mount.
Snoglog
Snoglog
Mount.
Disco Snoglog.
Oh, that would be great.
So it would have like a
Seriously.
seat on top of the shell, and then like rains coming in down like his snail bod. Maybe they're attached to like the stems that have the eyes. I'm sure there's a better term for that, but you know what I mean, because their eyes are segmented. Is that? Yeah. Anywho, awesome idea. I would love it.
Yes.
I wonder what it would look like when it's going really fast too. Like is it like whoa, 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 on the bottom?
Fast.
Yeah.
Is that even? I don't think that's possible. I think.
It'd be cool too if you had an emote that it would go into its shell, and you would sit there on top of the saddle, right?
Yes.
He goes away and you can't move, but you know, it'd just be a fun little extra thing. And then when it's time to go, you know, you tap a motion so it undoes the emote and he crawls back out of his shell and you can cruise around. Anyway, sorry. I got really fired up about that idea. It's a great
There's
one.
also
That's a great idea.
And then we've talked about a taxi mount before because there was like a little taxi in I think Winterfest stuff, and people were wondering if we could ever get like a 2-seated taxi mount.
No.
I don't know. I'm sure that's come up, but I can't say one way or the other. I think that's a great idea, though. I would like to, especially with the taxi character. I'm sure he's got a proper name, but he's got so much VO and character in him. It'd be cool to just roll around with him.
Oh, you mean have him be in the mount with you?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You get one without that, but then you can get one that's like the proper cab. Maybe. Or maybe there's one that goes rogue and he's like the equivalent of like the Uber.
Dasmu said, instead of a taxi mount, a taxi playable race.
Oh.
Yes. A taxi medic would be great because you'd be like a little ambulance.
Exactly.
When you're doing your healing abilities, it's got like this little woo woo thing. And then when you are in your death animation, the wheels and everything or actually they don't have wheels, but the hovering servos and everything just bottom out.
Yes.
I think of the taxi character from Roger Rabbit.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Or the taxi characters from our game. How about that?
Well, I mean, yes, but in terms of like the animation scope.
Oh,
and
yeah. I
things
see what
like
you're saying.
that,
I see what you're saying. For sure.
All right, let's get another group going. For Storm Talon, let's do Storm Talon.
Oh, I have a group invite. That's cool. And I will get to that in a minute. So if you guys are watching the stream, I am right in the middle of battle. And that's done. Plink, plink.
The next question is, will Dev Morgan be able to give a concrete answer, Kappa?
On anything? Yes.
Yeah, maybe talk a little bit about, and I know this isn't a question there, but like what you do on the team, and then maybe that can help cater questions towards what you work on.
That's an extremely fair point.
Yeah.
The content I usually work on is zone related, event related, sometimes holiday related. Getting these dev plays things kind of organized. So while that's not in-game content, it's I guess just fostering the interaction between devs and you guys is a high priority for me, and I find myself getting very involved in initiatives like that. So I can maybe talk about stuff like that as well. But like classes, dungeons, raids, gear, itemization in general, things like that, not really in my purview.
And the lovely KDM is saying, now you should start talking about concrete.
Start talking about who?
Concrete.
Yeah. My favorite concrete is like the really light gray, smooth kind. I'm sure it has a better name than just concrete, the smooth kind, but that's the one I enjoy the most. The one I enjoy the least is the one that has like the little, the pebbles, the gravel integrated into the concrete. I find it's too rough. I find if I fall on it, it hurts the most. There you go. Thank you, KDM, for that really awesome contribution.
And maybe since you guys are looking for groups, kind of explain to people how they can join up with you guys and where all the rest of the devs are and how to join up with them as well.
Multiple devs are in multiple places. Some of them are probably currently in dungeons. Some of them are waiting in kind of the central places of the capital cities. And what they're doing is they will put out a join on me invite in zone chat. At which time you can go ahead and join on them. And they will say join on me for Proto Games Academy, or join on me for Storm Talon, or join on me for Kelvereth. And then they'll especially call out if it's a join on me for a veteran. So if you're interested in doing a veteran dungeon, there are devs who are running those, but you have to go ahead and make sure that you're in that zone chat paying attention there for that. And I am currently in a group, and they're trying to figure out I think we're going to be running Sword Maiden. A nice Hungarian group wanted me to join them, and so here I am joining them.
Nice.
And that's kind of the point. The point is to get in and play with you guys and have some fun. The chase events are something that we're trying to do as often as possible because it gives us opportunities to have dev plays. And we're trying to do the dev plays as often as possible so that way we can get in game and engage with you.
All right, and we have a lot of questions. They're
Yep.
queuing up. They're queuing up, man.
That's fine. I'm trying to invite.
I know you guys are trying to
these
get in your
people.
groups.
Yeah.
We have We're Athene. We're Athene Best Gamer. I see. What are the incentives and fixes to PvP Pappy wrote about in his open letter?
We have more information coming on that in a few weeks' time, and so we can go ahead and elaborate then. For right now, we just want to make sure that we're taking into consideration all of the concerns and making sure that we're making the right decision for that. So please be patient, but we should have some more information for you relatively soon. No trademark on that one. It really will be pretty soon.
And we'll be talking about it on a future live stream as well in a little bit more depth, so stay tuned for that.
Looking at the calendar, yeah, there's this very steady flow of information coming week to week to week to week. So if we're not getting into it now, and like she's saying, it's coming soon, kind of just keep your eye on the Fridays. Mm-hmm. Or any day, I guess, because sometimes there's articles and sometimes there's tweets.
For things like that, for like announcements and stuff about like what we're doing and what we're planning for the future, those are sometimes something we would have a special live stream for as well, where we get Pappy to help address different things. That's not a promise. It might actually come on a Friday live stream. Coincidentally, Fridays work really, really well with some of our announcements. But you'll get, what we try to do is spread our communication across multiple channels. The live stream, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, and the forums are our main hubs. for communication. No.
Just waiting for my group to finish forming up here. I'm going to jump in there. All right, so I got room for one more. What do we got here? I'm the medic. Looks like there's another medic, a stalker, warrior.
People are bribing us now. They're like, I'll spend $100 in the cash app if you give me more info on Red Moon Terror.
Oh,
more info.
More info. Let's see.
I do know that during the PTR, because they need feedback on the fights, they will be turning off different bosses and turning on others to kind of focus players on beating up those bosses to get the most focused feedback.
Yes.
So you won't be experiencing the entire raid, and you won't have access to all the bosses at all times. $100.
I have something snarky to say, but I'm not going to do it. I'm like, well, we can't tell you any information if you're not spending money because we won't be paid enough at a certain point to be able to do that. So
way to make that depressing, Dee Dee.
I know. I don't want that. I'm like, please just buy some cool things.
Aw, we have a food delivery.
Pizza's
Food
here.
delivery
Yay.
for our
Thank
lovely
you.
talent.
Hey, yeah. We've got foods. Since we're running on EU, it should be considered dinner, right?
I guess, yeah. It's
Thank
like
you,
it's like
Dinner.
Micah
your
and Jen.
dinner.
Yes, thank you.
Are you guys comfortable eating? Probably not.
I'm not going
actually,
to.
yeah, Morgan doesn't eat.
I would share my pizza with you, but I can't figure out how to get the pizza into that camera and out of your computer. I'm sorry.
The real question is,
We can do this thing.
One day we will.
We can do like a camera pizza.
Hey, it's pizza delivery. Look at it. Looks pretty good.
I hope someone got a picture of that, like a screen grab for sure, because that was beautiful.
Pizza, it's probably the best food,
Oh, where'd my group go?
besides
Where'd
breakfast
they all
food.
go?
All right, our next question is from Squibbles X, and they want to know,
Whoa.
is it possible to add potions with buff meat drops? Even with survivalist and cooking talent meat drops, they're having trouble, and they're farming for many, many hours.
I'm sorry.
That longingly look at Dee Dee, and she just ignores you.
What? What's going on?
That's a pretty good snapshot of this relationship. Can you please repeat the question?
Sorry. I was trying to stay alive.
Sure.
The question is from Squibbles X,
Squiggles.
and they want to know, is it possible to add potions which buff meat drops? Because even with survivalist and cooking talents, they're still having to farm for many, many hours.
Meat drops specifically, that's a great idea. We're looking at more consumables, all right? We're
Yeah.
looking at a wider variety of consumables that would incentivize players who are into particular areas of content to be more active. So maybe some of those are dungeon related and maybe they affect
Different things.
things that you might collect in dungeons,
Maybe.
for example.
Maybe.
Yeah, I need to.
All right, here's
I'm
a
getting winded
question.
from all the sidestepping, you guys. I'm very sorry.
Here's a question I know you guys can answer. What is your favorite pizza topping?
Oh man, pepperoni.
Oh, mine be
Well,
like
is sauce
mushroom.
and cheese considered a topping? Some people, I would call them.
Cheese is definitely a topping, and in my mind, you just add more cheese and just never
I
stop.
think it's a standard. I don't think it's a topping.
Yeah,
I
it's
think that's
complicated.
like
More cheese would be a topping,
cheese
but
is
cheese
a standard.
in
Yeah,
general
exactly.
is like.
Which is possible from some pizza making establishments. They do offer extra cheese, but as an extra topping, like when you order it online. Just saying.
For
Not
me,
that I've ordered
it gets
anything
no
online.
better. It doesn't get better than just the classic pepperoni pizza with cheese and a good sauce on it. Maybe I'm boring. Well,
No,
I
that's
am,
not boring.
But I'm sticking to it. Please
You're
invite
fine.
this guy.
My favorite is I like pepperoni with mushroom as a strong second, or together even. But yeah, I am one of the rare few that I don't like plain cheese pizza. It's just boring to me. So.
I mean, I'll take it over no pizza.
No, not even that.
Really?
Yeah. I will. I look at it and I just kind of like walk away.
Damn.
I'm a pizza judge.
Cold-blooded.
It is, and it's, I'm just being transparent, guys. Okay, I'm telling you the truth about my feelings about plain pizza. Jen's back.
Speaking of pizza,
Woo woo.
more pizza has entered the.
She's
in the
saving
house.
us a feast.
What? Oh no, I'm good. Thank you. Sorry, she's asking me if I actually. Yeah. I could use a drink, but not the water.
There's. Oh, never mind.
Sorry, I'm trying to fill you in on the going ons here. Why I keep looking to the side and saying things.
All right, here's a good question. This is from Stark Gluck again, and I know this is in a queue, so keep asking your questions and only ask them once because I am putting them in queue. What will you advise for newbies? What is the best and fastest way to level up? So basically, they're asking, what's some advice for newbies? For newbies,
okay, so basically resting. There are some resting potions that you can use. There's also XP boosts that you can also use. So if you have rested, and I don't have, okay, so on my screen, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little heart down here at the bottom. And next to that little heart is your rested bar. And it's purple. Usually it's purple if you have some rest in the bank. That fills up periodically over time, as you're like on your housing plot in different places like that. I believe in capital cities, you rest.
Well, if we could back up here for a minute, the easiest thing that you can do is whenever you log, make sure you're at your house.
There you go.
Always, always, always log at your house. And also try to collect decor items that give you a rest bonus. They exist, they're in the world.
Yep.
That's why my lawn looks like garbage, just because I get them
Can you buy them?
and I just
Because
throw
I've
it on my
always
lawn
had them
and I
drop.
leave.
But I thought that you could buy them.
I'm not sure of all the different means that you can get them. I just kind of accrue them over time through challenges, quests.
Okay.
So I think I've probably bought some.
Okay.
I do like to get into the market.
And by the way, when we mean buy, we don't mean on the in-game store. What we mean is using just like regular in-game currency.
Yeah. Always
through vendors.
Get on the marketing channels in your cities. Get into the auction house. Get into the commodities exchange. Look for the things that you want. Look for the things you're looking for.
Yep.
That's stupid.
So
get in there though. You're gonna find what you're looking for.
If you haven't. We're going to have time travel on the next one. And if he has a minute, and if he's playing on his character, which he might, if he might not. If he's playing on his character, his own, or the right character that I'm thinking of, is he can show us his plot. We made fun of it earlier. It's the garbage pit. It basically looks like a homeless man's housing plot. He just shoves every rested thing that he can as far as any kind of decor, and he just puts it in a pile. And he has, little secret ways to help with that. Anyway, those are another thing that's coming up. I don't know exactly when it's coming up, but I think we just had one. Was it double XP weekend?
We did have one fairly recently.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Just like all of our other events, though, it will cycle in and out.
Yeah.
So if you missed anything, it'll come back around soon. The goal with our events, by the way, is just to have a pool that we just constantly dip into and give you new stuff and try to cycle them around so that they're more interesting and they try to get everybody, touch all the different interests. Phrasing not great on that, but you know what I mean. And on the topic of chase events, especially that, they're getting a lot of attention right now, and they'll always get attention. Our events, we'll always promote them and try to do dev plays and stuff, but they're by no means like a tentpole event like your Shades Eves and your Winterfest, things like that. So if you missed out on a drop, or if you're looking for change to show up based on feedback, it surely will. It'll just be further into the month, the year, sometimes the month though too.
All right. Our next question is from Dasmus Gamer.
Yay, Dasmus!
I know that dude.
We love you.
Dasmus wants to know, starts off saying, I love seeing devs exploring housing in stream. Will we be seeing more housing streams? And we've also gotten a couple other questions from some other peoples asking if we'll ever do any more house tours.
Yes and yes.
For sure.
Yep. And in a lot of cases like me, I know very little about housing. I always like to see things, but I don't have the talent or the patience for it. But I will try to get in there too, just to enjoy the things that you have built. But you'll be confident in me not stealing your ideas, because I won't be able to put 2 and 2 together.
Could be worse. You could be Brett. Shove it all on your plot. Call it a win. Hey, this looks good in the pile.
So if a homeless person has a housing plot, does that mean that they're still homeless?
Did he put a home on it?
I don't know. Well,
I think we should avoid this question.
yeah, sorry, I was just thinking about something that you said earlier.
We have another question from Cyril Blue, and they want to know, what is your favorite part about WildStar?
My favorite part about WildStar?
Motion-based combat. I like to have to move around,
Yeah.
aim, stay away from things, tumble, all those things. If I go back to another MMO where there's less of that, it just bores me really
Yeah.
hard.
You definitely have to pay attention. You can't just like button mash and sit there and hope for the best. You have to move. I mean, that's the point of the telegraph system, is that, you know, it keeps you engaged and you have to continue
And this
to get out of the red.
my gameplay stream is not at all representative of that, because I keep getting into dungeons with people who have such a good grip on the content and have great gear, where yeah, I can just kind of bumble around into things and they can still carry me through.
And our next question is, Easter holiday event, will it ever happen?
Potentially. We have a few events, and not like these kinds of events. We have a few like holiday events slated for the future.
By holiday events, you mean, by example, Shades Eve and Winterfest?
Yes, like Shades Eve or Winterfest. And those are coming up along with cool things that come with them. What they are, I will not tell you. That's that.
They are coming, though.
But they are coming.
So there are like the smaller weekend events. There are like the week and a half-ish events. You know, your cycling chase and stuff. But we're still doing the tentpole events. Sorry, I keep looking at the wrong camera. I apologize. I mean it. I'm going to run another dungeon, though, if you've got time. We really we really plowed through Stormtail on normal. I think I need to start having people drag me through veterans, maybe. Stormtail. Dead.
All right, our next question is, will there ever be new content and events added to low and mid-level zones to freshen them up for vet players leveling alts?
Yeah, that's definitely been coming down the pipe, making sure that traffic gets redirected outward in the open world from the capital cities. Because once you get to your level 50, you're just kind of hanging out in the cities, right? But there's all kinds of real estate out there that it opens up opportunities for new encounters and new spaces. But it's also really cool when you're a newer player to, you know, you're first starting out in the game and you happen upon people who are further at, you know, or just straight up at the end cap. You get to see what you can potentially be. You see cool armor and things. It's exciting. It can be inspiring. So you're like, oh man, I want that armor. And we also want that to happen too, right? We want higher level people interacting more with lower people, and to have that spirit of that excitement. Concrete plans, again, I can't say too much concrete, but that is for sure one of the things that we want to do.
Definitely all of the things.
Is that helpful? Yeah.
I hope. Well, I mean, I'm probably the worst person to ask about that.
Yeah.
But that is, I can get behind that for sure.
Get behind it.
I'm totally behind that.
All right. Our next question is from Marmars7896, and they want to know, when's the next dungeon?
I missed it.
That's a great question that you'll want to save for time travel.
Epic fail, sunshine.
What, did you get killed?
Yeah, I forgot to, Okay.
All right.
And more cosmetic questions from Prince Cocoon, wanting to know, will we ever see more hairstyles and face options available, possibly in the cash shop?
Oh, don't know about that. That's a. I actually really don't know. Do you know
Will we
anything
ever?
about that?
I can't comment on it.
Okay, then
File that
there's
under
where we're at.
concrete. Or not concrete. Whichever the bad one is.
That's so sweet. My group is seriously probably the best group ever. And here's why. They're
Go for it.
apologizing profusely, not profusely. They're saying, sorry for the rush, we just want to give other players a chance to play. That's really ridiculously kind. And I really thank you guys. If you're watching the stream right now and you're seeing yourselves on my screen, thank you.
Next question is from, I think I may have messed up, or Prince Cocoon maybe asked 2 questions in a row. Will there be a PvP chase anytime soon?
I don't. I can't remember.
We're not
It's
ready
on
to
the
announce
screen.
such a thing. Wink.
Yeah, we have other things coming up. Certainly, other chase events.
There is an intensified focus on PvP coming in the very near future that we plan on talking about on live streams also in the near future. Near future, though. That sound is me being just really, I want to tell you. But yes, wait for it.
But I'm sitting here and I'm like,
You're doing cool things. What are you doing?
I'm playing.
Yeah.
I'm doing happy
forming a
stuff.
group.
Woo.
All right, the next question is from Azurian, wanting to know, I know they've mentioned bringing hoverboard races back. Are there a lot of hiccups keeping the event from coming, or when will we see it?
We've actually, okay, so I can talk about this because we talked about it last week. The Hoverboard Z Invitational will be running again soon. I can't give you dates, but it's part of this cluster of news and happenings that's right about to exit the pipe. That's terrible. Anyway, it's happening soon. It's happening this spring. One might say it could be happening in the 3rd month of the Gregorian calendar year. And won't have tons of new stuff in this recurrence. There will be some improvements to like convenience, like a hoverboard vendor who will be beside Doc Zemet in both cities. So he will be selling all the different hoverboards available in the game that you can buy already with currency. That way, if for some reason you missed one that you happen upon them before you have a hoverboard, you can pick one up. And that also includes the instances of Doc Zemet at the different starting lines. So if you're just kind of wandering through Celestian, it's your first time, and you find the track open, he'll be there, and then you can kind of divert yourself from your quest content to do a hoverboard track and pick up those other hoverboard-related quests and things like that. So small changes there. We'll be running it again in the future, and each time there will be improvements. So keep your eye out for that. I need to find a different gesture that's not pointing, by the way.
Stop being pointy.
Usually I have like a pen or something and I can just be like, but anywho, yes, if you're in the Hoverboard Z Invitational, keep your eyes peeled. Right, Okay, let's invite this guy, Citrez. Oh, thank you, autocomplete. I would never have got that out. Cool.
Next question is from Ian Keith, and Ian Keith wants to know, will we be seeing more animated emotes coming along?
I'll go ahead and say yes. Can't tell you what though. There will be more emotes. Is that good? Everybody?
Yeah,
All
sounds
right.
great.
Sounds good. All right.
Sounds hip.
Ugh.
Oh, goodness.
Way
Our
to-
next question is
way
from
to ruin
Pharma
it.
PT. Will you add more building blocks, types of decor items for housing fans?
Probably. I mean, I don't see us not adding stuff like that. We would love to add a lot of things.
That is a topic that comes up though.
Yeah.
I hear that
Yeah.
over in the den of the office.
That one along
Months ago though, so it's
yeah.
not like it's far into the future.
Right.
Like this, it's been a popular topic.
Yeah, along with the popular topic of having like pet pens.
Mm-hmm.
That's also on.
And
on
like
the
a
top,
mount
the chatty
stable
list.
/ garage, depending on the nature of your mount, that'd be pretty rad.
Yep.
I mean, I see people make really cool ones with the housing assets that are available, but we should. I would like to introduce those as like a socket, or even if it's just a decor item that they can size up and move appropriately.
All right. Our next question is from Baku Fanatic, and they want to know, will we see more variant raid costumes available from the cash shop? We still have no confirmation after the addition of the Augmentech costume.
I can't comment on that, but maybe Dee Dee knows
Wait,
something.
what was it? I'm sorry, the typing, listening.
It's totally fine.
Okay, so
It's just-
sorry, Mags.
it's coincidence.
Repeat. Sorry. Oh, she deleted it.
It had something to do with.
Will we
raid-
see more variant raid costumes available from the cash shop?
I'm not sure about that, to be honest with you. Go ahead and put that one on the forums, though. Put it in general. Don't put it like in the marketplace or anything, because I want to see that and make sure that the product manager gets his eyes on that to help answer.
All right, we're gonna queue for veteran proto games. No, sorry, ultimate pro games. No, it's I'm excited, but yeah, this is no nonsense. Even the people who are in my party who do this, who are really into dungeons, are are cautious.
Our next question is from Starkluck again, and they want to know, we have a realm transfer, but are you planning to make a cross-server one, if that is possible?
Crossover as in from NA to EU? And,
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. That one requires a lot of tech. And so that would be very, very heavily dependent upon the technology that we have available to us. And currently, we don't have anything that can support that kind of technology, period. So that probably will not happen. So we have extended or we've worked on it so that we have now cross-realm. Like you can load up a character. If you're in the EU, you can play on a North American realm and vice versa. But that's pretty much the extent of what we have our capabilities are on that front. So sadly, that's where we're at. But we do encourage, and we are moving forward with incentives for people to start playing alts and stuff like that. So if you're interested in playing on a North American server or vice versa, we do encourage you to go ahead and create alts, and we're going to have some things coming up that will help incentivize that.
I know for my part, I'm going to be rolling some new characters on the EU servers for sure.
Same here. I think now that we have access to them, freely, we should be able to do that as well.
Question from Lol to Duck Butter. Will WildStar ever have an Arby's or other roast beef themed restaurant sponsorship to pull in the roast beef demographic? Curly fry swords, cheese sauce spells, roast beef armor, etc. Oh, were you avoiding it? I thought it was a good question to ask. So I would say I don't know. I would love to do something like that. I find roast beef delicious.
I am starving.
Well,
You just read that and I'm just like,
you know what? Let's have another look at that pizza. Can you please bring the pizza over here to show all the people? Especially the people.
no, I'm hungry. Look, I won't survive.
So does that mean you don't want her to bring the pizza?
No, don't bring the pizza because if it's here, I might just completely swallow the pizza whole.
Okay.
And I won't even chew it.
Are you guys waiting to find groups?
Yeah, I'm queued actually.
I'm actually not waiting to find any group quite yet, but I do want to call out that we are going. We are having a giveaway for a really really cool terrain mount, and you have to be following the Twitch channel. You have to go ahead and type in the Twitch channel if you haven't done it already. Go ahead and type in Taurine, all caps Torine, into the chat channel bar, and then
the chatty bar.
The chatty bar, and then at the end of the show, Maggie will go ahead and draw our winners. I believe we have how many to give away, Maggie?
One for the stream.
One for this stream. So.
One later.
And then one for the next stream. So if you want another chance, watch the stream later tonight, this evening. That would be 5 p.m. To 7 p.m. PST. Do the math for UTC, and I guess it's +8, and that's that. So you're doing a dungeon. What are you going to run next? Or are you talking?
We're doing Ultimate Proto Games. I'm
I'm
talking about Arby's. Oh, no, I'm talking about roast beef in general in my whispers, and then I'm talking about dungeons in my party chat.
Yay!
So really, both of them are party chats.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question is from Paranoid Peanut, and they want to know: can we get an in-game calendar for upcoming events and for guild-related events?
Type.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Please excuse that and repeat the question.
Paranoid Peanut would like to know: can we get an in-game calendar for upcoming events and for guild-related events?
Yeah.
That is being that is being worked on right now. We want to have that thing so that you can see all the different layers of what's going on. Like I'm hitting the table. Remember talking about how chase events and other events of this nature will layer over other events and other pieces of content, other holidays. So we want to be able to see all of these different layers, what's going on currently, but also see the road ahead. At least, it'd be nice like a month. We can't do a whole year because we have to have surprises and stuff. But having that information available to you, as well as making it easier to find relevant NPCs and play spaces, things like that. So that is a thing that's coming.
Next question is from Alandrian, and they want to know: can we get a look at Time Travel's wonderful space abode?
Probably tonight if he is using the character that has the wonderful space abode.
Thojenda's question, or Thojeda, sorry. I added an N in there, I'm sorry. Thojeda's question is: when will raid chase events hit the live servers?
Raid chase. We do talk about that sometimes. Even if there isn't per se a raid chase, it might become part of Dungeon Chase, and then we would change the name of Dungeon Chase. That would be in the interest of getting everybody on board with, because raids and dungeons are similar in their ways. Getting everybody on board with that area of content, but not bloating the calendar out too much with chase events, I would say. Because just like a hypothetical PvP themed chase event might start, for example, with battlegrounds, but over time maybe it incorporates arenas or war plots or open world PvP elements. I think that's every other things that I'm not thinking of. Right. So. Raid chase.
All right. The next question is from Covered in Dyes. They want to know, what's your favorite dungeon so far?
My favorite dungeon.
Who's your favorite dungeon?
I like Sword Maiden. I just because I like the little jumpy things that you have to kind of do to get some stuff.
Okay.
I do like Proto Games Academy. I like that one a lot actually, just because it's super fast. It's not super fast, but it's super directed, you know, which is the point of it. I haven't gotten into much else. I'm curious about Datascape, so I do want to get into that. So I'm probably gonna like pay time travel to run me through, and I know that he'll do that.
I think my favorite is Storm Talon's Lair. It is a little short and sweet in some ways, but I've always liked Storm Talon. I can't remember the timeline of when Storm Talon's Lair was made and when I started at Carbine, but they had to be pretty close together because I remember seeing it and being really impressed with pretty much everything about it. And I also like the Storm Talon creature model. I like that he's a WildStar take on it, like the dragon kind of archetype. Yeah. I like dragons. So, I would say that's my favorite dungeon.
Yeah.
I don't know who
I'm more of an expeditions person. I like to run them because I can get in game and get them done.
Yeah.
So that's generally.
What's your favorite one?
Oh God, fucking. Sorry, I said the bad word.
I thought you said frickin'.
Oh yeah, I did say frickin'. Yeah. Let's see.
I'd say my favorite one's I forget what exactly it's called, but it's the one where you get to have the drone float around inside the spaceship that's kind of derelict, and everything's tilted on its side, and the crates and whatnot are floating with the lack of gravity.
Expedition. I played it last week, and I can't remember. I got a little dizzy though, playing it. That's the only because like my head was, I was like trying to.
You're doing like this
I
while
was
you're
doing
playing?
this the entire time. I mean, I do that anyway. So, but also the challenge of it as well. You know, it's like it's a multi-part thing. So let's see, expeditions. I like adventures too. I pretty much like a lot of things. As in general, just when it comes to MMOs, I generally play a lot more PvP. So that's what I try to get into. It's just my style of play. And so when we do the PvP events, I have a super love of those.
What do you play when you PvP?
What do I play on PvP?
Yeah.
I usually play Stalker. I tend to like to do just the massive amounts of DPS. So, and do a lot of damage. I also don't like to be personally responsible for keeping people alive.
Yeah.
Because for me, that is, I commend healers who take on that role. Because especially in WildStar, having played one for a little bit, that just seems like you have to really pay attention. Like healers in WildStar really need to be good.
And that's another example though of that motion combat that I like, because even as a healer, like some of them, you just need to stand on your party and fire them off. But a lot of times you gotta be aiming your healing abilities at the other players while also being mindful about all the hazards happening around you, which is, I think, puts a really fun spin on being a healer instead of just watching tiny numbers and just clicking on people and firing off a number key. Like dodging a bunch of things, it's almost like playing a shmup. I mean, offensive combat is like that too, but you know, I could see myself actually after today being more dedicated as a healer.
Next question is from Wibbly. Will there be new costumes in the new Arctera update?
I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I think didn't we show something?
Well, I showed off some armor that I used as a costume, but I think there are costume rewards, or maybe it's in the shop. Maybe it's both. Am I allowed to talk about that? I don't know. Probably. Sorry. I know that there are like there's mounts and pets and flares and everything else. So there's probably a very high likelihood of there being a costume.
Next question is it feasible to have it so players can keep track of their fastest times, like through dungeons and expeditions, etc.?
Like a leaderboard?
Yeah, and I think that was another question later on, was kind of like a leaderboard system.
Yep. Let's see. I know leaderboards have been. God, I guess stop saying hot topic, but it's a thing that we've discussed a lot about, especially when Hoverboards E-Pre Invitational fired up in the fall, because it gave us another great use for that, to have that technology developed. I'm not sure where exactly it is in the pipeline, but I know that it's in there somewhere. Oh my God, my people are gonna die. Yes, so I would remain optimistic about that topic, and keep your eyes on the forums and whatnot. This Drac is with a fridge in his head, just won't die. No, never mind, he died.
Sirindi is asking, will we get our toys put in our collectibles tab anytime soon?
That's yet another thing that we want to do, is make those available in the collectibles, making collectibles more than just pets and mounts in general, but toys specifically. So we've got a lot of cool toys. Obviously that has some market implications with the in-game economy, but that's something that our rewards itemization guys, the guys who have that knowledge and can do that math have been trying to figure out. And we plan on making many more toys too, so they'll be extremely relevant going forward.
And that answers the leaderboards as well. Now our next question is, will you make veggie plushies for sale, or any other plushies?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have plushie ideas coming from everywhere. Plushie is going to be a plushie funhouse.
I can't comment myself about us making merch available.
Oh, merch, like actually in.
Yeah. Like selling plushies. That I don't.
Like
I don't know any details about that. Sorry. Or maybe they did. Well, let's answer both questions.
Okay, so in-game, yes, of course. Out of game, in the real world, answer is we don't know yet.
Right.
So probably, chances are very slim.
Correct.
I mean, it's not certainly not impossible, but it's not something that we are looking at currently.
Right. And the reason why I got confused about that is I've been seeing on Twitter a lot lately people making their own veggie plushies and posting pictures of them. So if you are interested in making your own, or you have, please share them with the people, because the people want to see them. I'm getting my team killed. Oh my God, that scorpion is huge and killed me.
Okay. Favorite race?
Favorite race in the game, or
yeah, in the game,
like that you can play, or
playable race.
All playable race. Chua.
Chua? Everybody says Chua. I thought you would be different.
People with taste have Chua.
You're like.
I'm like what? Awesome, because I like Chua.
A follower.
Okay, let's hear your favorite.
Mordash. I've said it like a billion times already.
Boo.
That's okay. You can be all boo.
You're
all
picking
that.
the cool thing that like the people who are like, oh, the Chua are so popular, I'm gonna be Mordash thing.
Yep.
It's still
sure, whatever.
It's still conformity. Whatever, man. Now the Mordash actually, I would say if I had to play Exiles, that would be my go-to.
Speaking of Mordish, Old Man Blue, which if you haven't watched his stream, he also streams WildStar, you should check him out, is asking, okay, here's my regular question. When will we see Mordish and Makari houses?
When indeed. Yes. Let's see. When? I can't say when. Can't say when. Do they exist? Define exist. What does is mean? They are a thing that we want. I can't give you any information beyond that. Sorry. There we go. I think things like that, though, the Macari House and the Mordish House, are so awesome and special and demanded that I would almost expect them to roll out with some kind of larger fanfare than, hey, look, we have this awesome thing that you've wanted forever. So I don't know whether or not that will for sure be the case, but I know that I have been particularly fond of that idea. Like, let's say a holiday that involves themes related to Mordesh specifically, getting to know the Mordesh beyond people suffering from a disease and trying to find a cure, or getting to know Macari more than robotic people who uphold the ideals of the Elden. You know what I mean? So that's where I'd like to see that go.
So the next question is from Jazik, and they want to know what are our plans for WildStar's introduction to Steam?
Repeat?
What are our plans for WildStar's introduction to Steam? Which I can't say other than our plan is to introduce it to Steam.
Yeah, we are. We'll have more announcements regarding Steam in the future.
Oh my God.
We did announce it already. So many of you already know that we will be coming to Steam. But as far as how we're going to integrate it and what we're going to do, that is to be determined.
Yeah, when that date becomes available, so will the details. But as I believe Chad has said, it is very soon. We just have to make it's very soon, and in this cluster of soon happening awesome things, we just don't know which day it will land on exactly. I'm dead.
Liamo is asking, has guild housing / guild neighborhoods been given any thoughts?
It has definitely been given a thought. It's just not a super high priority, I would say right now, but it exists, or is being worked on, is being investigated and developed. But I know that there's definitely a thing that we want to do.
Yes. Sorry. Can't take it off. It's a little impossible to.
And then Wibbly is wondering, will the new Arctera area be level 50?
Yes. Yes, I got to answer a question. Feels good. It really does. Yeah, Arctera will be level 50. And I probably clicked the wrong thing.
And Zarkson wants to know, is there still any plans to lower the cost of dyes?
About doing what to the cost?
Lowering the cost. It's always lowering the cost, Morgan.
That's a good point. How silly of me. Can't comment on that. I would like to see more dye in general available in the store, personally. Cost, though, can't say.
Next is from the Resinger. Will mounts ever be able to enter water? Be able to mount in water without dismounting you?
Oh.
Like he's swimming around on like a sea serpenty dude?
Well, or no, just being in water and then being able to mount up.
He wants to give his mount a bath.
I think more mounts should have baths. I can't comment on the technology aspect of that, though.
Yeah, I can see some mounts rusting, though.
Yeah.
Like, they would rust in water.
Or like a war pig probably can't swim very well. He'd have to just chill out and float and just kind of bob over to the side of the water. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I'm sorry.
No, but for those of you that don't know, if you have hoverboards actually hover over water.
You just can't mount.
You can't mount on them.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know that you won't be dismounted when you enter water.
I'll take this opportunity to say, to remind people, if we don't have the answers to your question, please get on our forums and start a thread about it and get more people talking about it, but also getting the attention of the developers who have influence over where that idea might fall. Because maybe they can give you more information about it. You know, we're on pretty tight leashes as far as information goes, but they can kind of judge what they can say, what can't they say, give you feedback, things like that. So,
Cool.
yeah.
I want to say hi to Kokoshi, who is currently watching the stream right now and is also in my group. Just saying. Hi.
Hey, Kokoshi?
Yep.
All right, just want to get that right.
Or Kakashi.
Hello.
And Relina is watching too. So hi. Thank you for watching. But more importantly, thank you for joining us.
There are a lot of people watching.
Yeah.
There are many people watching. So
Hello to all the
thank
people
you
watching,
to all the
and I
people
Hello
apologize.
to all of the peeps.
Thank you for giving us your all time is valuable, but especially on a Friday.
It was funny watching you die.
The next
Yeah,
question
it's just
is from Havix, and they want to know, has anyone asked about Toy Box? And if not, can we get a Toy Box?
Toy box, like a collectibles feature where your toys
Where
go?
all your toys go.
Or toy
I'm
box,
thinking
like a
so.
housing decor piece?
Both, maybe?
Probably
all-
both.
All of these things I would like.
A toy, like my ideal
Oh my
fix,
god.
well
I
not
don't
a
wanna do
fix,
this.
but like what I would like ideally like to see is a la like our inventory tab and our like costuming and stuff like that, have a toy box one that has just all of the toys in it. Or maybe even something, you know, down here. Of course, like UI is looking at me as I'm
Oh
like,
my
I want
God.
something blah, 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 and they're gonna kill
just
me as
gonna
soon as I
start
get out of
over.
the room. But essentially, you know, it's like your mount tab here, where you get to, you know, pick your mount. So you have your toys right next to it. And you can be, oh, I
I'm the
want this
greatest
toy.
medic that ever lived. Sorry.
Anyway, that's kind of what I would like, for sure.
All right, I made it, guys. Thank you, my very patient party consisting of Citraz, Telugme. Oh boy, I'm gonna murder all these names.
So, more keyboard spammer is also wondering if we'll get multi-queue.
Yes. Wait. Yes. Maybe. Hopefully. Shit. I will say that we'll talk about things like that in the future. That's too late. Yeah. Multi-queuing is a very popular topic here. What was the name? Keyboard spammer?
Yes.
That's a great question, keyboard spammer. Thank you for asking it. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Again. Say my name, I dare you. Nope.
What?
One guy in my party.
Okay. Oh.
He's watching the stream though. Or
Hey.
he or she.
Hey, guy or gal in party watching the
Yes.
stream.
Thank you. Thank you for watching the stream and or playing with us. Everybody, really, not just you. All of the people. Thank you.
Stargluck also wants to know, is it possible to make a cross-faction mailing item?
Cross-faction what? I'm sorry?
Like, if you'll ever be able to cross-faction mail items.
Mail items. I can't comment on that. Cross-faction things, though, is a very often discussed thing, both on the forums and internally. So keep your eyes peeled.
Fixion wants to know, will downtown zoom out to see the telegraphs better?
No. I will not. Yeah, I will. It's good advice. Zoom out, look at the telegraphs. Stay out of them or in them, depending on the red value.
Punzuka wants to know, will there be unique monster models in Arctera and in the next raid instance?
No comment. not to sound like I'm shutting it down. Let's get to the. I can't talk about it. Let's do another question.
All right. Fungi wants to know, will there be rewards as well for playing on the PTR when it comes out?
Dee?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Will there be rewards for people who play on the PTR?
I don't know offhand. That is still in discussion. I ideally would like to incentivize something, at least like a title or something, but that's not my call. So, but we'll get back to you on it as soon as we have more details.
Mm-hmm.
Mayolene wants to know, could Sky/Music have a category added for them to the auction house?
I have personally entered that request a while ago, and it is somewhere in the pipe. Besides currently being incredibly useful, I would say, we plan on adding more music and skyboxes to the game. So it will. It'd be in our best interest to have that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow, my group did something awesome because I just got a bunch of achievements while I was dead, and then was able to respawn. So thank you, party, if you're listening. Wow. Sorry. What are we doing?
Our next question is about housing.
Sure.
Is the focus right now for in-house on endgame zones like level 50, or will we see, or never mind, not housing, sorry. Will we see more variations to leveling content at some point?
Variations to leveling content.
Yeah, I think this is very similar to the other question where people want to be able to level up alts and stuff like that. Or new players who are leveling up.
I can't comment on that at this time. At the rate that I spin up alts, though, that is an intriguing idea, though. What am I doing to these poor cubics? I feel so alone with this cubic.
Does the currency you earn for these chase events carry over to the next time they happen?
I believe that is the plan. I know that because we'll be it's a poor word, but we'll be doing these, not recycling, but we'll be continuing these, and and they'll continue to come up. So go ahead and for sure keep your currency.
Man, what a difference reading the text makes. I just had to read through everything going on, and I'm better for it.
What else? So just to reiterate, if you are joining us in the live stream Twitch channel, go ahead and make sure that you're following WildStar. We're going to be giving a Taurine mount away, the Chimera pool.
Can we give one of those away? Do a giveaway now?
You want to do a giveaway now?
Well, I mean, yeah. We're an hour in. Let's do a giveaway. Can we do that?
Well, we're actually almost
Yeah,
done.
we're almost done.
All right,
we could do a giveaway.
It's up to you
Let's do one more call, and then for those people who are just now possibly
We only
joining us.
have one mount to give away this stream.
Oh, we have one mount to give
Yeah.
away.
Right. So go ahead, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and type in Taurine into the Twitch channel chat. Make sure that you're following us on Twitch. It's TORINE, all caps, all one word. And Maggie's going to go ahead and call as soon as she's ready. She'll go ahead and do the raffle and take the name, and then we're going to be having some fun, giving you something that's awesome. I'm just so amazed at watching you right now.
Me too.
We just have this really big, we have a huge screen, and so as I'm looking at the camera, it's just I see Morgan almost. Well,
yeah, and this actually goes back to what I love about WildStar. Besides the combat, just the things that we can do with motion.
Mm-hmm.
I like the things that launch me thousands of meters into the air to do wacky things.
All right, are you ready for the winner?
Yes. Please.
The winner is... Starts with a C, ends with an H. Sengrith. Congratulations, Sengrith.
Yay!
Oh, sorry, that's probably super loud.
Yeah, like, boom! Everybody's
Yeah,
complaining
congratulations, seriously.
Yay.
That mount is awesome, and I'm super jealous.
Yep. Are you really?
I actually do want that mount, and I think that says a lot about the mount because I'm more of a dog person. So.
Bum.
No, it's not a joke. It's an awesome mount. We should do more dog mounts and dog pets. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. Congratulations on that mount. That's awesome.
Yep.
Please use it and show it off to all the people.
Yep. Totally. Yep.
Please.
I wish we could show it off to all the people, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I should have maybe got in on that.
What I can do is show off the Strain Snarf. Woo woo. I can also show off, this is going to be excellent. Where is he? Actually, he was right already on me, I think.
I can show off the Z-Board 88.
Wait, no, he's not.
Uh-huh.
What?
Oh, never mind. I'm in the middle of getting myself killed.
There he is. Summon. Clink. There he is. Little Snuggles. Oop.
And I guess now we can do some just rapid fire, ask as many questions as I can get through.
Yeah.
All right. So Grump Tapas wants to know what's on top of your design wish list right now.
Design wish list. Oh, okay. I would like to do something like a competitive sport involving hoverboards.
Ooh.
And I would like that thing to eventually also incorporate some kind of physics-ish thing. Why that's such a complicated issue is because that data has to exist on the server, so it's consistent with everybody. So it brings up all kinds of client laggy problems that need to be resolved, but that's what I would love to have, is to bring WildStar into like a competitive sport environment. Which is topical because I am now getting stomped down by these Gorgonauts in football gear. What about you, Dee Dee?
I'm still trying. We were in queue for an exorbitantly long time, so we're just sitting here in Fade, just enjoying some chatter and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, what would be your the design thing that you want? Yes.
Let's see. Well, you've heard, like, I have long wanted, like, the hoverboard stuff or the Zebra stuff as maybe more of a permanent fixture somewhere. So it's probably something that I would want, and that would be my big ask. If I could have anything in the world, it would be to have like Zepre perma style.
You guys do not understand rapid fire. Rapid fire is like answer and move on to the next question.
All right, let's do it. More. All right. Even more rapid fire.
All right.
Okay.
Next question is from Zephyrin. Please. Will we be able to sell the housing, music, and skies for the Chase events to the auction house anytime soon?
No.
Kasubrin wants to know, when do you plan to stop switching guilds and personal bank positions in Ilium?
I'm sorry, what?
I think like the personal bank and the guild bank are switching positions.
Oh, if they're talking about a bug, it's...
Well, there was a bug, but there was also just some changes done to the area now called Conqueror's Square.
Yes.
That just made them more visible based on player feedback, because players were getting confused about where they were. And so, yeah, they were moved just to make them more visible. Next question.
Bink Minky wants to know, will Thade be made more like a city, like Ilium, instead of, I'm going to word this nicer than he's saying. But he doesn't like the way that it looks.
He wants like buildings and things?
He wants like a nice city look.
The Exiles aren't really a nice city type. You know, they're the lovable underdogs who are, they're not actually where they are because they chose it to be necessarily. It was just the best of the options. I can't comment about whether or not Thade will become, you know, a nice downtown area, but I kind of doubt it.
Okay, and then Select Gymnast. Oh, there we go. When are we going to see more space added to houses, and when is Red Moon on PTR?
First question, not sure. Has been discussed. Second question, soon.
TM.
TM.
Covered in Dyes wants to know, are we going to see more housing expeditions soon?
Don't know.
Don't know about that one.
Next question.
Yeah. Forums.
Forums, yes.
And then Alley Ghost wants to know, can we expect ratios and passives for the races and of Nexus and different racial dances as well as languages that will give us more incentive to play a certain race? Basically, they want more racial benefits.
Yeah, things that would be specific to race. I would like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't comment about whether or not that's happening.
Yeah.
The language aspect, I would see going to fewer language barriers than more.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, yeah, that's a thing that gets discussed, but I can't tell you.
And then Klutz Bulks wants to know, will there be any sort of fixes or changes to the arenas?
Fixes or changes to the arenas? That is a very broad and loaded question that I would raise to Time Travel and Tom Casera,
Yep.
if it ever hops on.
Yeah, Tom he's actively in the forums, so you can go ahead and pose your question there. Alternatively, you can go ahead and watch, and Time Travel is going to be on the stream from 5 to 7 p.m. PST. So you can go ahead and come back, watch again, and ask him there, and he might be able to answer that.
I'd at the very least go to the forums, though.
Yeah, well,
We
yeah,
already
just
have a
in case you
queue
can't
for
come
Time
back.
Travel. Oh, Time Travel.
Yeah.
Many questions are wanted from you. Fixian wants to know, will we see low grav fights in the future?
That's an interesting concept and cool. I don't know. That's something that would definitely affect performance and stuff like that, potentially in a negative way.
With combat, it becomes tricky because
Yeah.
the telegraph system, visually representing it in a 3D
Yeah.
space is tricky. You can see the telegraphs on the ground very clearly, but what happens when you're in a large open area? Would there be like a red sphere or a green sphere? That kind of stuff has to be resolved. There will be more content in general in low grav areas, I know for sure. I would like to see something Z-Pre related
Yep,
in a low grav situation.
yep.
Remains to be seen, but yeah, combat would be fun. There's some possibilities there, but it's figuring out how to do it right so that when numbers just keep piling up on you, you know why that is. I know that wasn't a rapid fire question, but next question.
Miska Froz wants to know, when will we get Chua Stalkers?
Ooh. I don't know. That's definitely a design, character design and question, because that would be just the basics of it alone would require new art to be designed and the new animations and stuff like that. So the answer is that we don't know. I don't know if that's even on the list right now.
Yeah, one of the things when you're talking about new race and class combinations, sometimes animation is a huge consideration, right? Especially the smaller character models with the bigger weapons. There's a lot more attention has to go into that animation to make sure you know the swords and whatnot are not always going through their own heads, and so it's not always just does design have time to do it and crunching the numbers. It has wider implications. Next question, please.
Next question is, Epertebi wants to know, when will rapid fire spell slinger ability be castable while moving?
Let's see, who should that question be directed to? Because I'm not that person. Stephen Ingle?
Steve Ingle, and that would be definitely pose that one on the forums for sure. Any kind of class questions can go into that section.
All right. Dom Druid wanted to know, on Peppy's Twitter recently, he asked what race we would like to see be playable. Has there been combos about that?
Has there been what about that? I'm sorry?
Conversations about that.
Yeah, new playable races is always an ongoing conversation, so your feedback is always always relevant, and that is feedback that we want to collect on like a regular basis as to adjust the demand accordingly, right? Something that might have been in demand a year ago or 2 years ago might not be as popular now. So that conversation it does happen, and always pipe up about it. You know, if there's a thread about it, bump it up, talk about it. Next question.
Argento5284 wants to know, will there be any incentives for people to balance population as Dominion is way less than Exiles?
Hold on 1 second. I found somebody with a sword kitty, and I just wanted to get that in the frame. Sword cat, sorry. The question is, will we be doing anything to balance population?
Or factions.
Or factions.
For factions, because they feel that Dominion has...
Oh, right. Incentives for joining a certain faction. I don't know that I can answer that question. That is something that we keep our eye on for sure, and incentives have been discussed, but nothing I can talk about at this time.
Will we see the ability to add additional plugs into housing? The button was there on PTR for a while, but didn't make it to drop 6.
That goes back to the question earlier about whether or not housing plots will get bigger. It's a topic that's been discussed and is being explored for sure. Next question.
When will we get faction changes / race changes?
Also being explored. Seriously, I'm not saying that just like it's like somebody brought it up one time. Like people are actively looking into how to do it and what the implications are. How to do it well.
Soccer Top WildStar wants to know, will the housing decor be increased? Because 2,500 items isn't enough on the outside.
See previous answer. We're definitely talking about it. When that comes up, when it becomes available and things like that, I can't talk about. It is a concern that we are very aware of, though.
Not sure how this, because his English isn't as good,
fine.
so I might not be wording this properly. Ramlathal wants to know, do you count Adapt WildStar on PS4 with cross-platform servers? So if we were to go to PS4, I think is what he's wondering is if the servers would be cross-platform.
Oh man, that's well beyond my anything. I would love it for it to all be in a hypothetical world where WildStar made it onto consoles. I would love all of those things to share the same servers. I'm not a fan of games that don't do that. I know there's technical limitations, don't get me wrong, but we're starting to get to a point where we're working out those kinks. Not we, Carbine, but game developers in general. So I would like for everything to be on one server. I'd also like EU and North America to be on the same server too, but that's a whole other thing.
Okay, and our next question is, I don't know all of these names, but I'm not sure which one that is, so I'm just gonna skip to the next one. That dready dude wants to know, when will Sunshine stop clicking her abilities?
What? Never. I've always played this way. Don't judge.
You're a scrub. I'm just kidding.
How do you turn?
How do you turn? Like this.
Hold on. I'll switch to your camera so people can see.
I know. My playstyle bugs people. I get it from the rest of my team all the time. But, I have a left hand that I use wisely. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Next question.
All right, Bobby Boosh wants to know, any talks of rank/titles for PvP, major private, etc., and have some sort of PvP decay system that you can lose your rank over time?
Oh man, like a more fluid PvP leaderboard. I'd love it. I would love it. Plans for that, whether or not it's being done right now, I can't comment on.
Wow,
but
sorry,
that would be
guys.
really rad.
Pulled a bunch of stuff.
And I would like all that information to also be available on a website, which I guess would go without saying in 2016, but that'd be great.
Rez wants to know, when will we see fishing in general, and eventually the ability to capture wild uber fish to then take back to my housing plot, then allow others to fish for them? That's actually kind of cool.
That is actually a cool idea. That's been brought up before, externally and internally as well. It's a pretty cool idea. I like it. I'm a big fan of fishing in MMOs anyway.
And so fishing itself, the version of it that people would expect in an MMO, there's that aspect of it with WildStar, but there's also where we'd want to put the WildStar stamp on it which makes it obviously more grandiose, increases the scope of it. So it's the thing that we're always we're exploring actively, and we really want to do. It's just another way we have to figure out how to do it well.
All right, Hater Zero wants to know, with runes being the majority of stat gains for gear, will there be more than rune bags and the low drop rates in raids? Like, could we combine major set foci, superbs to create peers or divines?
That's a good forums question, and Meerkat and Time Travel are going to have to pipe in on that.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Allie Ghost wants to know, can we also get more updates on your status as far as the game improvements in the box? Kinda like how Star Citizens does it. Every week it will kind of go in line with your motto. Devs are listening. I'm not really sure what that question is.
I'm going to answer this like I think I understand. So if it's wrong, I apologize. Are we increasing the amount of visibility to our players and the frequency at which we interact with you guys and inform you guys and get on the forums and things like that? Absolutely. There was a lull there, and we apologize for that. And I guess we can't apologize enough, but we will for sure be increasing the amount of information output and interaction.
That being said, caveat, not everything can be talked about right away.
Yeah.
And so you're going to potentially hear a lot of, we can't talk about that, or that's coming soon, or this. That does not mean that we're not talking to you or not listening. That means we cannot talk to you about those specific things.
Yep.
We do appreciate your patience in those moments, but we always want to tell you I would love to tell you all the things, but we also have to make sure that we, make sure that what we're going to be talking about is perfected and we're confident that we can talk about it.
Like a big thing would be release dates, right? We would not want to commit to a date and then have to move that date for, let's say, technical issues. Or like we moved offices and, that had wider ramifications on time to develop things. Things like that. Things that can come up that you don't necessarily can predict despite your best efforts. So that's just one reason why we might withhold that information. But like Dee Dee said, it's not that we don't want to tell you. It's for reasons relating to being pragmatic about it. We just want to be careful.
And we stream every week, so tune in every week and ask your questions.
That's right.
All right. Our next question is from Fixion. Will Elder Game runes be added back to Tier 5 contract rewards in the future?
I would direct that question to Meerkat. Is that Stephen Engel?
That's Steve Engel.
Right, on the forums. That is another excellent question that, that I can't answer.
And we're over time.
Oh, overtime.
Whoop.
Well, shoot.
Yeah.
I wish we had more time. Thanks for hanging out with us, though, and especially for your patience with all of the I can't answer that question stuff. There was a lot, but no, I love it. I hate giving you that answer, but I love that you guys are asking all these questions. You have such a wide array of interest in the game, and you're passionate enough to follow up on these things, sometimes repeatedly, and thank you for that. Always keep that up. It gives us an idea of what we need to do, where we want to go, and also keeps us in check in some ways.
Yep. Absolutely.
Dissent when in differing opinions and things like that, when used constructively, is very healthy. So thank you.
Also, we are going to be online again from 5 to 7, and we're going to be streaming, and we're going to be playing on Entity. So for you wonderful individuals who are in Europe, if you have any characters on the North American realms, great, come play. If you don't, all you have to do, and you can, it's feasible, is get to level 10. And so start up a new character, get to level 10, and you can queue up for dungeons.
Yeah, that's a great point. We did not mention earlier, if you want to play in dungeons, you just got to be level 10.
Yep, that's it.
Everything else
level 10, and everything
out.
Scales. So, you could be running with a 50 for all you know, and it'll show it. So, and it'll match up. It's great. I actually like that system.
Speaking of which, 50s, if you're running normal dungeons, you got to rally down to get your dungeon chase currency. If you're just going to plow through it on Stormtown every 5 minutes, you're not going to get the small game scrap.
And what else? That's it.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, follow us all of the places. You will. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at you. I'm trying to not make sure. We're trying to make sure that people do not die because of me, which is apt to happen. Anyway, follow us on all the things. We will go ahead and do our best to keep you updated and continue to give you the information that you want and deserve. If you haven't read Chad's State of the Game, that's currently on right now. We have Dungeon Chase that we're doing right now. We have other things in the future, so go ahead and do that.
Arctera's Arrival is imminent. We talked about Hoverboard is rerunning. He talked about Halon Ring.
Yep.
It's another zone.
Yep.
Okay. So that's all you get for now, but
that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we are working on, but have no ETA. Those of you who put in questions for the next Lormageddon, we're working that on that right now, and that'll be coming in.
Do you know who's featured in it?
Well, this is the Lormageddon, the questions that we take. For those of you who don't know what Lormageddon is we query, we ask the community to ask your questions about lore, anything and everything. We go ahead and pull those questions together into one beautiful document, and I send that to our narrative team. And Chad, and they go over what questions they're going to go ahead and answer, and that's what that is. So we compiled the list of questions back in November.
I can't remember the last time. I feel like we've done it more recently, but if
we do have our enemies and allies, if that's what you're talking about.
That might have been what I was thinking.
Yeah, and we do have a current enemies and allies number 4 is up. So you should be able to catch that as well.
So if there's anything that you want to know about the WildStar universe that hasn't been answered, or maybe it has been, but it's somewhere like on a journal somewhere in the game, who knows? Send those questions in when we do that. It doesn't matter what it's about. No matter how curious you are, ask. I won't guarantee that you'll get an answer, but or at least a public answer, but do it, please.
You might not get a private answer either. Just saying.
Yeah.
You know. So that's that. I would say bye, but I have to keep my eyes on them.
Keep your party alive.
Thank goodness I'm not a healer, because they would be so dead right now. Dead.
Quite so. Yeah, let's say bye.
Oh, bye.
Thanks.